White killed Connie Richmond?
No. What do I think?
Yeah.
You really want to know what I think? I don't think I know. Somebody needs to investigate. This is going to be very crucial to the Casey White story. Somebody had to kill that woman. Casey had the keys to Vicky's heart, and Vicky had the keys to the jail.
All right, James, where are we going?
We're taking right on the Weinbach, and we're going back in the direction of travel. All right, this is actually the back roads. 41 is considered a back road. Nobody goes to Indianapolis from 41. So that's where they were staying at Motel 41, which is on 41.
So now they have a Cadillac, and now they have a plate.
They have the year, make, and model, and a plate number, and a color. They got it all.
So then what did they secretly behind the scenes notify the law enforcement in the area, keeping a lookout at hotels?
No. They give it to one police officer that they said he was a Snoop Dogg had the record number of stolen vehicles. They give it to him.
Mm-hmm.
He was on his way home. He lived out in McCutcheonville, and normally he takes a different route home because of all the construction. That day, particular day, he decided to go up 41. He spotted the Cadillac at the motel. So he went through the motel parking lot. He goes by kind of casually, captures the license plate in his memory. He reads it back to license plate number. So, and it was the right car.
So he had to do it like covertly, kind of.
Right. You said the keyword, covertly.
Not to tip them off, whatever. So now he says, I got a spot. I got the car at this Motel 41. And then what did they do? Just stake them out?
They had them staked out. They was a liquor store now. It was an empty building at the time. They had a couple of detectives there, and they were at the sheriff's department. All the marshals was, and they were planning their strategy, and they were talking about taking that truck. They got a SWAT truck that they were going to bust the door down and figure out how they were going to go in there and get them. They're trying to figure it out.
So they waited for them to leave.
They were in planning their strategy, how they're going to bust the motel door down and get them to come out. And then they was on the stakeout. They seen them come out and get in the car.
And so they saw them getting their vehicle, and then what did they just at that point they tried to do a pullover or just follow them for a while?
We'll show you. It was actually a pretty long trip.
So they're just kind of like
we can show you. We're going to go out there and we're going to show you where they left there.
Yeah.
And then I'll show you where they activated their first lights and where they pulled them over at. That guy that owned the motel come out and said, "No story here, it's old news. There's no news now. You need to get off my lot. I own this. You need to get off of everything." And I said, "Hey, look, buddy." I said, "You're doing this all wrong." I said, "You're getting more publicity than you could buy. What you need to do is call that room 150 the Casey Vicky White honeymoon suite and charge double." So believe it or not, he raised the price on that room.
That's what I heard.
And was charging $75 a night instead of the $49 they were paying.
I also heard there was reports that there was a waiting list.
There was 75 people waiting on a waiting list.
Just to say, hey, I want to stay in Casey White and Vicky White's room 150.
As a matter of fact, he had to take the number 150 and had it on notebook paper and had it written on the door because someone tried to steal the number 150.
Wow.
They had another guy running in his name. He was a homeless guy.
So where'd they find him? They just saw him riding a bike?
Down here on Ferris Avenue, one of these motels. Paid him $100 to rent that room in his name.
Now I wonder if, obviously the Casey White pled guilty to what he did with this, right? The escape, right? So there's no trial with this at this point. No, do you think if he would have went to trial, they would have brought you down to testify?
I was in Conley's office prepping me.
Well, they were prepping you.
They were prepping me.
How did they prep you?
In an interview down there in Conley's office. This girl comes in, bends over, tells him something. So he leaves, and he says, "I'll be back in a minute." He goes down there, and the sheriff's telling him Casey White is wanting to plead guilty. And so he goes in and talks to him, and I don't see him no more till we go back into court to listen to his guilty plea. And Conley told him, said, "The only way that I'll drop the murder charge on Vicky if you agree to a life sentence." And Casey said, "I will." And the sheriff told Ellie, or told us all, that there was 949 phone calls from prison made back and forth to the two.
949?
949 phone calls.
Between Vicky and Casey.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he said...
And they got them all recorded?
Yeah.
Wonder what was said.
He said the most of them was sex video.
So they were sex talking back and forth.
Right.
Wow. That I did not know.
And well, nobody knew. We come back, she reported on the local news, and it broke national news. They was calling from all over, from New York, California. Ellie was getting inundated with phone calls. She broke the 949 phone calls.
Did you listen? Did they let you listen to any?
No. That detective, and we were in court that day, that detective said that he goes home every night and listens to a few of the phone calls. He said, so far I haven't found nothing that would exonerate him. The defense asked for those 949 phone calls. They wanted them.
Why do you think that?
Well, they were going to play them and probably play some of them in open court, and they want to hear it before the jury heard it.
To kind of show that they were in love?
Yeah, that they were in love. That it was an ongoing 2-year thing. It was ongoing. It wasn't no spur of the moment deal. It was well planned out.
Well, clearly the video that you showed me of her following behind the in the Cadillac shows that she's a willing participant and she wasn't held hostage or held against her will.
One thing that was going to really hurt the defense, and I was going to throw a monkey wrench into it. Casey White did not escape. He was taken out by a deputy sheriff, and the whole time he was out, he was under the discretion of the deputy sheriff. And in Evansville, Indiana, he was turned over to another sheriff. He never was around unless there was a sheriff. But I got them separated. I got them in 2 different vehicles. I got video of them in 2 vehicles. Now, if you go back and watch that video, you know as well as I do, when she went north on Weinbach to make that turn, he could have took out in that car. She could have went left or right. They could have split up right then and there.
But they didn't.
But they didn't.
Do you think Casey White killed Connie Ridgway?
No.
You think it was a ruse to get him closer to Vicky?
He was in the Lauderdale County Jail. Mm-hmm. And they caught him making a shank. So they took him out of jail and sent him back to prison. So he was in prison, so she carried on the relationship in prison. And she would go there and see him, and that was where the phone calls were. So she had to get him back to Lauderdale County. Okay, got to turn right down here. All right, you see this little parking lot here? I don't know what this is called, but it's kind of like a little...
Right here?
Park, yeah.
Okay, this parking lot.
This more than likely is where they spent the night.
Oh, they did? In what vehicle? The pickup truck?
The truck. That's the jewelry store right over there where they bought the Cadillac.
Oh, they bought it there?
Yeah.
McCarthy's?
Yeah.
I'm going to go over there. So you're saying that this parking lot...
They could have been in the Walmart parking lot too, but wherever they parked at and spent the night, they could see the Cadillac for sale over here too.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so you think they parked here to specifically the next day buy a Cadillac? Maybe.
Well, no, I don't think. I know.
You know.
Because the guy's got him on camera of her going in and talking to him. Got her in a wig on. There's pictures of it.
Oh, so this is not a car dealership. No. This is just
this is a jewelry shop. It was a jewelry store at the time.
So they were just like 9,000. How much was it?
I don't quote me. I think it was 9,000 is what they paid for.
So they get the Cadillac, and then that's when they go and ditch the truck.
Yeah.
At your car wash.
Yep.
Okay, so where are we going next?
I think we ought to go to Classic Shade.
What is Classic Shade?
It's where they had the windows tinted.
Ah.
I kept telling everybody the windows wasn't tinted at my car wash, but they're tinted at the crash. I have proof that the windows was tinted. They had records on there, and the guy that owns the place, he wasn't there that day. His mother was there, and they said they come in and wanted the windows tinted. I think they charged them $240, and they was there for 4.5 hours, and she gave them the phone number, and the phone number that she gave them was an Alabama phone number.
Yeah, so, you know, a lot of people say, just based off because Casey's now claiming he murdered someone here in Evansville, Haven't seen any missing person cases or nothing like that. Makes people think now, did he really kill Connie Ridgway? And what's going to happen? Like, what's going to happen with that trial? Is he just going to plead guilty to something he didn't do? Or go to trial and be found guilty based off him saying that he did it? What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah.
You really want to know what I think?
Yeah.
Sheriff Robinson said that it was a fairy tale. There wasn't nobody missing, especially a woman and child in Evansville.
Yeah.
And he said he had buried them. But what if on the way up here, they went into a gas station, a rest area somewhere, and there was a woman and child, and the child recognized him, Mom, there's Casey Vicky White.
And then
what would have happened then? What would have happened then? Could he have brought somebody with him? Is that possible?
So I myself came with the theory maybe it wasn't somebody here but somebody on the way up. So I started looking at missing person cases in Tennessee and in Kentucky, and I couldn't find any.
Good.
I couldn't find any. I was looking for matches. I had some ideas, but then I was like, then these individuals ended up being found.
Then you eliminated that theory.
You know, unless he went a different route, but I'm assuming he went up north towards the Nashville area and started cutting towards this area, you know. I haven't found nothing. So, you know, the fact that he told Brian Enton that, News Nation, on a recorded conversation, makes me think if that's a hoax, why wouldn't the Connie Ridgway murder be a hoax?
Yeah, his defense attorneys could say that he lied about killing somebody in Evansville, so he lied about Connie Ridgway too, and everybody don't believe this, and I keep saying this. Vicky was up and ranking up that she could have got information from the Connie Ridgway murder scene and gave it to Casey. Yep. When he wrote a letter to the sheriff's department confessing to killing Connie Ridgway, he had to have proof.
Or something only the killer would know.
And that's what he said. They had stuff, but now
Vicky could have had the notes, investigated notes or something, access to, right?
She could have had access to the notes of the crime scene and whatever the detectives wrote down. But what's really crazy, Sheriff Singleton said that his deputies took him all over Limestone County and said that he had buried the knife he killed her with and buried the clothes he had on. And he took him on a wild goose chase. They never could find the knife or the clothes.
Yeah.
So, and they keep saying that how are they going to find a jury, an impartial jury? I'm not convinced he done it. I'm leaning toward he didn't do it.
What about the Ridgway family, the Williams?
They're starting to think the same way.
Like he didn't do it?
Like he didn't do it.
And it's so bad for them because I can't imagine what they're going through. The mixed emotions
And here's what I'm asking for you. Somebody needs to investigate the Connie Ridgway killing. That's the new story. This is going to be very crucial to the Casey White story. Somebody had to kill that woman.
But do you think he would just take the rap for it and just say, yeah, I did it, plead guilty, knowing that he's already spent...
You don't know the whole story. You don't know the whole story. You're missing a lot of the story. There was a girl there that was at Connie's house that she knew. And I got her name, but I can't remember it. But Connie was on jury duty. No, she wasn't on jury duty. She was going to court to testify against this girl that was embezzling money from her grandmother and her mother. In 2 days after she was killed.
Interesting.
So, Casey White, when he confessed to the crime, he said he was hard to kill her. So, who would hire Casey White to kill Connie Ridgway on an embezzlement charge? And what if he was seeing the girl and she's saying, oh, I'm worried, I'm going to go to jail. I can't do this. I'm scared to death. And Casey said, don't worry, honey. I'll take care of it. I'll solve it. That's your murder for hire right there.
So they were here pretty much for like a week.
We know for a fact they were here on the 3rd, and we know they was killed, or she was killed on the 9th.
So you're talking 6 days. What were they? Did they rent that room for? How many days did they rent?
He rented it to them for 7 days. And she went back and rented it for an additional 7 days herself.
What,
She
the
paid-
same day they were killed or the day before?
Turn here.
Probably the day before.
So they were planning on staying an additional week.
They
at
was going to
least.
stay another 7 days at least because they booked it.
Yeah.
Pay for it in advance.
At what, $40, $50 a day? Like, so
Yeah,
it'd be
it's
like
probably
$400 or something?
Yeah. Vicky White paid in person.
Oh, the second time.
Second time, yes.
With the wig on.
Yeah.
Color was her wig?
She had several different wigs. And remember the sex shop in Alabama that they caught her at?
Yeah.
That's where she got her wigs. She wasn't in there buying sex stuff. She was in there buying wigs.
Oh, she was buying wigs.
That's where the wigs come from.
So now they get they have a catalog. We're going to the tint place. Want to get tint. Classic shades. And that's when they did the tint. And you said it was like a 4-hour job, maybe.
4.5 is what they said.
So in the meantime, walk over here and get something to eat. Go over here. In one of these businesses, get something to eat, kind of chill out, kind of deal. Classic shades. Let's just zero it in. There you go. Classic shades. All right, so let's go to the hotel. Hotel, the last stop. Why do you think they chose that? Just because of cheap, cash?
They probably advertised it on Google for $40 a night.
Yeah. So they just said get the cheapest hotel, despite her
Well,
having
but
$90-something thousand, but I think they just didn't want to stretch their money out.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
That you do this all the time. My question is, what were they going to do when they run out of money?
Kill again? Rob? Do more crime?
Well, I think they'd hit a bank. I don't think the money.
So you think it could have been like a Bonnie and Clyde
Absolutely.
type of spree at this point?
They left Alabama with $90,000. A couple $100 from a gas station wouldn't be enough for them.
Yeah.
It would
There
have
is
to
a
be
speculation that this would
It'd
have
have to
turned,
be a bank.
and that would have been again like a disaster because
Yeah.
people's lives could have been lost. Could have been
They had the weapons to do it
and just the desperation.
and the desperation. Yeah.
You need
Desperate
money to survive
people.
in this world.
Desperate people will take desperate measures.
And Vicky, you think she was trained to shoot? Because of her job, like she
Well,
probably.
she won marksman's awards.
She did.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, she had awards for that.
Awards for marksman.
She had to be certified in handgun every so often. They all do. I mean, she's on there decorated officer for 17 years. She had a lot of experience.
Do you know, does her family consider her a victim in all this, or I noticed there is a grave.
Mother does.
Her mom?
Her mom does. Well,
I see it up here, Hotel 41. All
You
right.
see, look, right over there?
Yeah.
That's Vandenberg County Jail.
Yep, that's the county jail.
Oh,
right
it's the
there.
county jail. That's where he was held at.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they stayed across the street.
He agreed to extradition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes they contest it, but I don't know how long that would have just bought time. Going back to her being him being charged with murdering Vicky White. Let me ask you something. Do you think that charge could have stuck? That how could he be responsible for a death in another state and be charged in Alabama?
Because it happened while he was on a crime spree. They claimed that he was responsible for her death, even though he didn't do it. If he hadn't escaped from prison, she wouldn't be killed.
Yeah.
So he could have been held, by Alabama law, he could have been held accountable for her death. But I still don't see the escape. I'm having a problem with that.
Here we go. Motel 41. This is it.
See
Is it
this?
right here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so pull in here.
See this high
Go here
spirit?
and take a left.
The high spirit smell, beer and wine, that's where a lot of the law enforcement was camped out
Oh, they were camped out?
while they were here.
All right, so they just said, hey, we're going to stay here at Motel 41. And I remember, Mike, you were telling me room 150.
Vicky's right over here.
Right there where that car, several cars backed up to. So
About the big door on the bottom.
Yeah,
Next to the SUV.
150. So this is the hotel.
I didn't see 150. They
They
changed
took it off. It's right here. Keep going.
They changed
It's right here. It's not on
Oh,
there.
they took it
Extra
off, or somebody
149.
stole it.
Somebody, yeah, they took it off.
Somebody stole the piece there.
It's right there with missing number.
Missing numbers. The only one. Look, all of them have it.
Somebody,
250's up there. They want it.
somebody wanted 150 for a 7 there.
Now they do have cameras right there. So I'm gonna take a drive around. I appreciate James and Mike Boatman for doing this and giving me their thoughts and a different perspective. This was a tragedy. Why did they choose Evansville? As James said, well, James told me before, this is the place where a lot of people want to come. It's kind of like the joke of the town. So they parked it right there.
Park right here in the spot.
Yeah.
Front of their door.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a old rundown hotel.
Mm-hmm.
They do weekly rents here.
I believe so. I don't know. It looks a lot better than what it did when they was here. It's looking cleaned up a little bit.
Oh, they cleaned it up.
There's trash back here.
Doesn't look busy on a Saturday, does it?
No.
So a homeless man came in, booked a room for a week. When her week was about up, she went in. Locked. So you actually have to go in here in order to get in here. It's quite possible Vicky and Casey White got some sodas here. You gotta put a cash deposit. Seeing the signs here. This is the hotel. Got a washer and dryer area. Wonder if they wash their clothes here. Snacks, vending machines. Okay, so they leave here.
In the direction you're in now, they come this way.
Do they cross over and go down that way, or
No, they turn to right here.
So probably most likely law enforcement was over here somewhere, kind of. So they instantly try to pull him over?
No, I'm gonna show you.
Okay. Yeah, you can see the traffic here. This is Yokel Road. Alright, so they pull out here.
They pull out here, and they're starting to be followed. Dispatch sends out a car. They're getting ready to pull over a fugitive from Alabama, and they said, whatever you do, all the police, all the cars on North 41, do not come down St. George Road or they'll see you. I think it's this light. No, it ain't this light.
It's the whirlpool plant here.
Okay, they're still following at this point in time. They haven't activated
Their lights yet.
They haven't activated their lights or nothing yet. Dispatch radios and tells them for no police officers to come down St. George Road or they'll see you. Okay. Right when they get through this light,
St. George Road.
St. George Road right here, this is where they activated the lights and sirens right here.
The lights go on right here. Whoop, whoop.
Now you've got sheriff, city, state, FBI, U.S. Marshals. A marked car is in front leading the pursuit. And if you look at it, this is a long distance.
Also, you know, it's hard for them to kind of just spin around and turn around with
Yeah.
these barriers here. There's just little spark
Now
parts.
they say Casey White was driving.
Casey's driving. He's probably heart pounding, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't know what
It
to
should
do.
have been Vicky. She was more experienced. He'd been in prison. He wasn't a very experienced driver. And And still, they're not.
Casey, you gonna kill us?
So they're arguing or panicking or deciding what to do
They
here.
say she called 911, but I don't think it was. I still think it's OnStar, but they're saying she called 911. But OnStar would have called 911 for them.
Did they say anything about them speeding up, like going fast, or?
They said at I think they said up to 70 mile an hour.
Yeah, so it's 55 here. So you speed up.
It's still a long distance from the initial stop, ain't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's like we're not pulling over. It's like that's where they're at. They're like, nope, we're not pulling over.
But
All right,
if he went, slow down.
No, you don't need to
Don't turn here. Don't turn here.
You gotta turn right up here at the next one.
Yeah. That's where.
So right here is where they go in.
So now
parking
there's-
lot.
We can't
Turn right
do
here.
Yeah, you
Parking
can turn
lot?
in the parking lot. But you turn right. And they cut across the grass.
Oh, they cut across the
They
grass.
cut across that grass.
into that.
And go up this way.
Oh wow.
Oh, so they cut right here then?
Yeah, they come across this grass.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. They come across
Fly, right?
And this is hard to believe, but they go all the way up through this way, and all the cop cars and everybody's still chasing them. All right, and this is hard to believe. They turn right here. They go right through this gate. I don't know if we get through it or not.
Oh, okay. So they go right. They go up this hill.
No. They go through here. They go through this gate. They go around this building. See this big white dome standing up? That's been added on. That was not here at the time of the case.
Oh wow.
So they drive through here all the way around this building.
So where do they go at that point?
We have to go back out to the street, and I'll have to show you.
So that fence was not there then.
No. I've seen them on video, Anchor's video coming through this.
Oh, so Anchorage had surveillance.
Yeah, they had surveillance cameras too.
Yeah.
All right, so you seen where they went through there.
They're coming through here on the right.
This big white building was not here at
Okay.
that
No,
day.
that wasn't there.
So they just built that.
That's just been built.
So am I turning here?
Yeah,
You're turning right here.
So spin around. They're on that other
They're
side.
going down the back side over there.
Yeah.
Where that is.
That building's there.
Where that building is, because that building was not there.
This fence wasn't even here.
No, none of this was here.
The fence
Wow.
None
wasn't.
of all this stuff was out here.
But they're right here, basically.
They're right here.
So they're coming out here. They're spinning this way.
But they're over in there.
Keep going.
Yeah, keep going. And turn right at the next one.
So do they come out here at all?
Turn right here.
Turn here.
Okay.
They cut.
They come out of this where this fence. All this fence wasn't there.
Yeah.
They cut right across through there.
Cut right across the grass.
That tall grass, and
by that black equipment over there?
yeah, they forced them by that stop sign is the ditch. Now we can go back out on this road.
Wow.
They went
So
through the
so they
grass.
went right through the grass.
They went right through the grass. All the Cadillac and all the
The
police.
U.S.
stations.
Marshals was right on him, like, and they,
Yeah, the
they pushed him
marshals.
in
When they pulled off into Anchorage, the marshals took the lead. The 5 marshal trucks, the Dodge, they
and-
took over.
and they pushed him into the ditch.
They forced him into the ditch.
When he turned and went through that grass, he was done.
Yeah.
This ditch here.
This ditch is L shape, goes all the way around the property where there's no escaping it. And they're behind them.
And they push them into this ditch.
Down here, you'll have to make a right, and then we can stop.
Oh wow, yeah, it's like a.
They're right in here.
Here's
Well, you see where it's still scuffed up with them. This is where the Cadillac was sitting over sideways, right here.
And
Right
we
here.
came a couple days later, and we seen
Yeah,
the
we
tracks.
can see all the tar marks.
Yeah.
Let me pull over and get out. So it was right here. Any markings that you see or anything left? So it's right off of Highway 41.
When they were pulling her body out, they paved over the road. When they pulled her out, they didn't show her. They buzzed out the image of her face.
Yeah.
But Telemundo TV from Mexico was here. They were filming, and they didn't scream it out. You could see her face on Telemundo
They
TV.
showed the 911 clip of it. Remember that?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, sad situation. Any thoughts?
It's just crazy, honestly, how it all ended. It all ended right here in Evansville, Indiana.
I feel sorry for Vicky White. I mean,
I do. I can't say a bad thing about Vicky. I mean, she was a victim of circumstances. God bless her mother. She went through a lot. I cannot say a bad word about Vicky.
I mean, she just got caught up in, you know.
The attorney summed it up best. Casey had the keys to Vicky's heart, and Vicky had the keys to the jail. He summed it up real quick.
Well said. Well, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you for taking me on these key locations to bring insight. Everyone wants to, see what these different locations and the kind of path and stuff like that. You guys have been phenomenal in just expressing your feelings, both of you, and appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you, James.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you coming up.
Thank you,
I really
Mike.
do. It means a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
I still think the news media, you guys are the one that ended this. All you guys and all you, everybody gets to see this. They get to see more and more. And everybody, everybody says it's over, it's done, but everybody keeps wanting to hear more.
Yeah. I'm going to put it out there. Leave Riches investigates at the scene. Casey White, James, hero. Mike Boatman, hero. These guys from Evansville, Indiana, just gave me a lot of insight so we could share with all of you. So let me know what you think. Subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button. Boots on the ground, Evansville, Indiana, Casey and Vicky White case. We will talk soon. Everyone be safe. God bless.